What's happening, guys? This is the interview that personally I have been waiting to do. So, Zesh, what's good?
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. It's going good. It's going good. Just chilling.
Just chilling,
Just chilling. Here doing an interview.
So I want to start off going back to the very beginning. When you were growing up. What was it like growing up in Scotland?
You know what? I loved it. I loved growing up in Scotland. Like anywhere, I suppose shit happens and stuff, and then it was a bit crazy. Like for me personally, growing up, there was a lot of madness going up, but I don't know. I love it. I love Edinburgh specifically. I love it, man. I love it and I hate it. I love all the different areas. I love all the different areas that I've stayed in. I love jumping about the city. The fact that it's not too big. I love the fact that there's so many different cultures and stuff like that in Edinburgh. Like I loved growing up in Edinburgh.
And what about it, like school? Were you ever subjected to any bullying, like racism or anything?
Nah, I don't know. But see, the thing is, see with bullying, right? I feel like you can only be bullied if you let yourself be bullied. I feel like if you fight back and you get beat the fuck up, I feel like at least you're not getting bullied, right? Because you're still fighting back. I feel like if you get bullied, you need to sort of let that happen. And that's not saying that people that are getting bullied are like wrong for letting that happen. I mean, some people just don't want to fight. It's fine, but in terms of the racism thing, I think that's definitely that was massive. That was massive, and especially when I was growing up. Not just for me, it's just like if you're in any sort of different culture or race, people are sceptical of it. You know, it's different now. It's so much more integrated and stuff like that. There's so many different cultures coming over, different refugees and things like that, and I feel like it's all mixing a lot more now. But it was definitely a thing back in the day, like definitely a thing.
And what was your favourite subject at school? Music?
I loved history. And I like geography.
Because a lot of people, they see rap as you're no educated, you can't do anything, so you just choose to rap.
Nah, it takes an educated person to write good raps. It takes educated and even educated in life. You might not be book smart, but it takes someone that's experienced stuff, and it takes people that know how to articulate themselves to music. It's definitely the opposite to that. I mean, anyone that's half decent at rap can definitely fucking write. That's a fact. Yeah. And they definitely know how to articulate themselves. I mean, maybe it's broken English a lot of the time when people rap, but it's like It's definitely not the case that you're uneducated if you rap. Like.
And what about music growing up? What were you listening to growing up? Like just listening to what your parents were listening to?
Nah, I loved like old school. I loved old school reggae and Motown and stuff like that because that's what my mum used to listen to. I used to love that. But when it comes to like music, like my taste in music, when I first discovered hip hop, that was the shit. It was like Tupac, and then you had like Kanye West, College Dropout, and 50 Cent, and all the usual ones, man. And obviously Eminem talking about raping his mum and that.
Pretty madness, to be fair.
all the usual stuff. But so music's a massive part of my life, man, and not just rap as well, just all different types.
And when did you first pick up a mic and start writing?
Start writing myself.
Yeah.
I used to like I always tell people this, but I used to do like write bits of like poems and stuff like that. Didn't know if I was even that good at it, but I used to hide them away and stuff. Like see the poems I used to do all that. I used to like hide them away so people wouldn't see them and all that stuff, just so that because it was personal to me. But I never wrote raps until I was in jail. I was like 18, 19 or something. Like never actually wrote to the beat. It was like a radio station and I'd done all that.
So do you write then find the beat, or find the beat then write?
Find the beat and then write usually because I want to feel it. I want to see how the beat makes me feel. Like the whole like the reason that I enjoy the process so much is because I can really just dive into it, and if it's a beat that makes me feel something, and it can just take me somewhere I didn't even know where I was going to go. So I could hear a beat, takes me to a certain mood, and start writing about things that I didn't even know my brain had processed yet. You know, and just start talking about things that I didn't even maybe know I understood, and then just go for there. So it's definitely usually find the beat first, man. That's important.
Right, and you mentioned jail. I know I want to keep this a positive interview, but what were you in for? Like, was it serious or was it just?
I mean, like me and all the people that I grew up with, like it happened at some point to most of us, like prison. Just one of those things, and it was one of those things that we always say, oh, it's going to happen. Fucking no bother with jail. Nah, I'm easy about jail. All that shit. So that's where all that sort of just the way that we were living, and just like, you know what I'm saying, my dad was in jail, and other older people around me were in jail, and it was just one of those things. I think my mum was in jail at one point for like 10 days. So it happens, man. So it's just one of those things that you just sort of felt was inevitable. But when I finally did get to jail, I wasn't happy about it, obviously, and then I really realised eventually that even though I could sit in jail and I could do it, I could probably easily do it again, but like I didn't want to. There's better stuff to do, you know what I'm saying?
Was it anything serious, or was it just like...
No, I was definitely doing stuff that you could consider serious. I was definitely getting involved in stuff that you could consider serious, and I was doing the usual stuff, and there was drugs about, and there was violence, and there was all that stuff, and there was like just fucking young with a chip on your shoulder, and pretty much the same as other people I came up around, and that was just like, that's just what happened. And so
was
stuff.
that what your role models were doing as such? Like the people you looked up to, were they going to jail doing exactly what you were doing?
Aye, but I suppose I don't know if I had role models. I don't know if I looked up to anyone at that point. I pretty much thought I was my own man at that point, and I pretty much thought that I was leading the way, you know?
Yeah.
I always felt like that, so I always felt like, not so much in my group of friends, but I definitely had peers that had an influence on how I behaved. But I mean, in my head, I was my own man, and I was doing the things that I wanted to do for the things that I wanted to get, and whatever. So it's just where it was at.
Do you regret going to jail or anything, or do you think that taught you a lot and gave you a lot of thinking time?
You know what? I do regret being an idiot sometimes, and I do wish I was smarter when I was younger, and that I'd progressed. I could progress so much more in my life in terms of music, but without that, I wouldn't have done rap. Without the rap, I wouldn't have started doing the acting stuff and that now. And so as much as I could say I regret it, it was like I needed it, and I needed that respite, because I was off my head. Like my mum always said I'd be dead or doing life, and I think that's one of those things that, well, one of the few things that she's right about. Nah, but I think that's definitely something that could have happened. So
is it nice to look back on it now and be like, okay, what, I could have done this, I could have went down that road, but I've kind of changed my life, and this is what I'm doing now?
No, it's good, man, it's good, but I still stress myself out, because I feel like I've not done enough. You're
your hardest critic, honestly. Every time I see you, you're like, oh no, I could have done this better. You look back on this and you'll be like, oh no, I could have done something better. I can guarantee it.
No, but with the interviews, it's good though. It's just like chatting, though, man. I'm all usually good, but I am like that. I think it's important to be like that, though. Otherwise, you would just be happy with the same old shit, man. I want to progress. I want to see myself do better. I want to see everyone around me do better, and I want that's what progression is all about. If you want to build a better life, if you want to make better art, if you want to do anything, man, you need to really critique what you're doing and say, right, well, even if it wasn't shit, even if you can say that was good, but it could be better if I'd done this. So I think it's important.
Now, hats off to you to what you're doing. But the first rap was at Edinburgh Reminiscing.
That was the first rap that I put out. A guy, Zesh, contacted me. He's a good friend of mine now. He contacted me, or like he was basically saying to me about the 1250 TV thing. I think I actually might have contacted him. I'm not sure. I can't remember how that happened now. But basically, I was speaking to him, and I had like when he wanted me to come and do it, I'd had like a black eye, and I was like, man.
How did you get a black eye? A wee scrap?
I know it was one of those things, man. But it was like so basically I had the black eye, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing it and all that. And eventually he held off for a few weeks. He let me come and date. He picked me up with a guy called Veli, who's a brilliant rapper as well. He's from Manchester, but he's been about here too. You should check him out if you've not heard him. He's dynamite. So basically, so done that, and then the black eye basically just came for like a sort of altercation, man. Funny thing about that is though, I'd heard through I'd have some pals doing Fife and that, and they were telling me that a guy, Bear Jokes, was a mentee of gave me the black eye. So he's a rapper too, right? And fair enough to him, I spoke to him about it, and he told me straight, nah, he never said that and that. But someone had said it anyway. There was a rumour that Bear Jokes had said that Bear Jokes had gave me the black eye and some madness like that, and it was over me getting cheeky or something mad like that. So that pissed me off at one point. I was like, what? What? I was mad, but nah, it's just one of those things that happened that people that I'll never see again. It was just like one of these silly altercations, and then I just fucking walked into a cone actually. It was a cone, man. It came flying and hit me in the eye, but it's all good.
What about the reception towards that video itself? Like,
that was brilliant, man. I was like, I couldn't believe it. See when and it's like
the smile on your face right now, it kind of shows it, to be fair.
Nah, I was happy, man, because it was like, well, a lot of people were like, oh my god, like never even knew like Batty or Sean or what done that raps, and then obviously I put it down as obviously I'm Zesh now, so.
Aye, where did Zesh come from?
Zesh, well.
Because you like the Zesh, or?
Nah.
That's what I thought. Like, first of all.
Nah, man, I was dead against the Zesh till a few months ago. I was dead against the Zesh, but I've been partying recently. But I just my real name is Zishan, and it's a common nickname, Zesh. Like anyone that's called Zishan, it's a common nickname. And I had some people that called me Zesh before, and it just felt right. It just seemed right, and got me back in touch with my roots a bit. So.
And where's like your family from?
Well, my mum is Scottish, but my dad's Pakistani, so I'm mixed race. And
I remember the first thing you said to me was at Studio 24.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it, like, I'll get called racist online and everything. Like, I'm the only P that you'll see doing this. So
the only Paki.
I see, you can say it, it's totally fine. I say I'll get called a racist.
You might get in trouble, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, you might get in trouble. But basically it was like no, but that's for me. It's just like an abbreviation, right? So my whole Scottish family, like they're all Scottish and stuff like that. But Paki is just a word, right? So it's the context which you use it. So if someone calls me a Paki bastard, I might be hurt. But if someone says somebody the Paki super son, I've not got any grievances with that, because it's like you're just abbreviating the word and you're not using it in a negative context.
And what do you think about the N word being used in rap?
Because I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it, and I think if people want to like use a word that was started off as a negative sort of term, or started off as a negative way to treat a certain sort of race of individuals, but if people wanted, if black people in particular want to turn that into a positive and turn it into a sort of term of endearment and stuff like that, I think they should be able to. I think they definitely should be able to, but I mean, I know there's a lot of weight that comes with the word, and it's not really a topic that I'm well versed on. So it's not something that I have much of an opinion on, but I didn't pick people up for saying it. I definitely think I wouldn't say it. I couldn't say it because I do know a little bit about the weight which it carries, and I didn't think it's my place to say it. But I don't think that anyone, if you consider yourself, or you want to use that as a term of endearment to your friends, or if you want to use it in your raps and stuff like that, then it's completely subjective, though.
So you've had a wee bit of beef with Wavy Music and Cons. Where did that all start? Cause
you know what?
I know nothing about it.
It didn't even feel like beef to me. It was like the Cons is like he's good at what he does, right?
Yeah.
The camera work in that, his music videos, he's really good at what he does, man, and I respect that, right? And I spoke to him a few times. I was close to doing some freestyles and that, and then I seen that, like, it's because the rapper RB, right? If you Fife again, I look like I've got some agenda against Fife rappers, but it is what it is. So he's like, so I had like a couple of my mates that were basically telling me that Wavy didn't want them on the channel. After they messaged them and that's not the direction he wanted to go. And for me, I was like, right, cool, fine. I was like, that's a bit weird, but cool, because one of them in particular I consider really good, and there was a couple of people on the channel that I consider really not good. So, like I say, RB, for example, is just atrocious. But and the stuff he speaks about is outrageous, and he's wanting to take it a certain direction. I'm thinking he's talking about like he wants to take it to this whole flashy Lamborghinis, but really, you know what I'm saying? Lamborghinis.
The rapper's dream.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, most of us are still on the come up. Most of us still trying to rise up. I didn't hate on no one for dreaming that they want to have Lamborghinis and BMWs. I have similar dreams. I want nice things as well. But see, when you're rapping about these kind of things, and there's real subjects to speak about, and there's so much going on in life. Everyone has encountered, if they've not experienced some really real hard hitting stuff in their life, man. Every single person, everyone identifies with some type of struggle. It's just a fact. So for people to be speaking about Lambos and talking about blowing trees for 4 minutes in a song and smoking weed and making it like they're big time dealers and they're selling like grams of weed or that, I don't know what he does, but I know for a fact he's know what he's talking about. So it's like and then when he done that, so I kind of piped up about it a wee bit. I was just like, someone tagged me in something on Facebook and was like, because he was like, who do you want to see on the channel? Someone tagged me and I says, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that.
I think I remember seeing this conversation actually.
So I'm like, nah, I'm cool because that's not the direction I want to go. If he's going that direction with these guys in RB, then I'm going that direction. That's how I felt. So I'm like, cool. And it was nothing, like, at the time I hadn't even met the guy. It's squashed now. Like, it wasn't even a big deal. It was just literally, I had my opinion and whatever, and I get mad though. I get my back up about it and stuff like that. But then I end up speaking to him. It turns out he's a nice guy. Like, he's not a bad guy, and
see a wee collaboration coming with Wavy Music anytime soon.
Listen, you never know, man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Right? Well, I do know what I'm doing, but I don't know what he's doing. And I've got a lot of stuff already in the pipeline. But you never know in the future what's going to happen. And like I say, like about him and his work and stuff like that, I can't really knock it. I love what 1250 TV. Right? That's I've got love for the boys.
How did you get involved with 1250?
I think it was actually through Gary Fraser. I think it was. No, you know, it wasn't. It was obviously through Zishan. It was through Zishan. And he, because obviously he came down to do 1250 with me, and then I started with the contact with him and stuff like that. So, even wee Podgy, Nicky, when he came down, and they were like, when I met them at 1250 TV and that, and they recorded my video and that, wee Podgy's there, and I'm thinking, like, nothing, just thinking nothing, just like, it's just a 1250 TV camera. I never even knew he could rap at the time. I never knew he could rap, man. Wee Podgy's sick. Like,
he's
sick.
Doing this wee hang on his life.
He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing, and he's brilliant. He's just like, just, you know, these wee guys, you know, these guys that sit in the room and that, and they get melted, and they work 95, and they're looking for that escape, and they want to provide for their mums, but right now they're still caught in that wee trap that is the system, and they're sort of surviving, they're getting by, but they're doing their thing. And Podgy's speaking for them, and he's not pretending that he's anything else. And he's got all the camera equipment. He could pretend he's this, he could pretend that, he could say this and that. We're born. He's telling it how it is, man. And because he's telling it how it is, he's relating to all these other thousands of people that fucking that ken what it is. You know what I mean?
I think that's what Scotland's missing. To be fair,
they need that.
Like,
so Podgy's coming with it.
Like, I'm not trying to like soak up your arse or anything, but
yes.
no, like yourself, you speak about the struggle. That's the way I see it anyway. You talk about the struggle of what it's like growing up. It's no this picture perfect Edinburgh that the tourists all see and everything. Nah,
and that's important though. But that's important. That's important to me though. Like, see if someone was really living that life, I didn't care. Like, if someone is really living that life, I didn't mind them speaking about that song. If someone really does live that life, I didn't mind it. Like, I think what's real to you is what's real to you.
Yeah.
But for me, I just speak about my reality, and people, because I'm speaking about my reality, and I'm no anything special or didn't fucking have some like crazy unique upbringing. Other people can relate to it because it's just a fact. It's just that we're all in the same system, and we're all trapped in different cycles, and there's so much that we can all relate to with each other. You come through Inverness, or
I lived up there.
Don't
say I come through there because that is a fucking insult to me. Shit.
Nah, man, Inverness is cool, man.
No, well, but it's like up there. Fair enough, you've got your schemey part. We've all lived in a schemey part sometimes in our life, but it's different. Like for down here, because down here. It's so fucking raw. Like in Venice, you just go around, shag sheep and drive tractors. That's it.
You can drive tractors. Playing into that stereotype, are we?
Yes.
That's fair enough. But I see in terms of like, so Edinburgh has definitely got that. There is that. Glasgow's got it as well. Yeah. There's that raw grittiness, and there's that really polished side, and then they've got that, and then they've got on the outskirts, and they've got all the places, and there's a lot of gentrification right now, so people are getting integrated, all different classes and things. Well, apparently, so all that's going down. And but Edinburgh's definitely one of these places where you do find some rawness. Like you come to certain hip hop nights, or not even just hip hop nights, but there's just certain corners of Edinburgh that you just find that gritty rawness, that you know what I'm saying? That realness.
There's a few places I wouldn't walk by myself at night. Put that way.
No, well, see, I didn't even find Edinburgh like that anymore. But I do find it like. I do find in the gutter and in the roughest places and that's where you do find the realness, man. People haven't got time or the luxury to pretend. You know what I'm saying? That there's something else or whatever. Some people like, you know what? There's always just more realness, more authenticity. I always get more from it. It's like I always seem to get a lot for speaking to homeless people and stuff like that as well. Even though some of these people probably come from some of the areas that I come from and stuff, or I might even know some of them or knew some of them in the past and stuff like that. I always just seem to get that realness, that rawness and stuff like that, because people are just it's almost stripped bare.
Everybody's got a story to tell. Just like like yourself, you choose to do it through rap. Other people might do it from drawing or whatever. But everybody's got a story, and it's just how you choose to express it.
That's it. Some people are like, I think some people are just like so far gone as well that they don't even want to express it anymore. But when you're making music, they'll still be able to listen to it and they'll understand it and it'll register, even if they haven't put it into words themselves. And that's what I love about music. That's what I love about that stuff.
So how did you get involved with Gary Fraser?
He just phoned me.
Every time I see you, always with him, it's like Jack and Victor, honestly.
Jack and Victor, man. Not quite Jack and Victor.
Not old yet. But.
Nah, maybe he is though, I don't know. Nah, but it's like, it's just one of those things, right? It's like, I could see like, we've never had an argument or anything like that, but I can see that we would definitely like clash on stuff as well.
Yeah.
But there's like just so much stuff that we agree with because we're both sort of trying to do art, and we're in this wee sort of industry that's sort of creating itself just now. I didn't even know if it was there before, but it's definitely creating itself just now behind the scenes, and there's an industry definitely, and it's and we've seen a lot of the same things. We come from a lot of the same backgrounds, so we have a lot of the same opinions. And there's another 10 people like that around me, but they just don't happen to be doing rap or music. So that's probably why people always see me and Gary together, but rap or like film and stuff like that. But because me and him are both doing our own thing in that sort of section, and we've both got our own sections, and we both just sort of came together and we did our thing. And like I say, we're just very similar people in that respect, and we've just got a lot of the same views, and we've got a lot of the same dreams, ambitions, and we want to. There's this movement happening right now, and I didn't know how it happened. Gary's been hustling for this for a long while. I didn't know how it happened because at first I wasn't too fussed about that. I was more in my own movement, but when you've got people messaging you, when you've got people really appreciating what you're talking about, and you're really sort of uplifting people, and our group is getting bigger and bigger, and people are getting more involved. I'm just about to like look into my own clothing range. Gary's looking into his own sort of merchandises and stuff like that. So like when you look at this movement and you see the demand for it, just on inboxes and stuff like that, and the fact that people want to actually see something, or they want to see us grow, but at the same time they want to be a part of it. So more and more people are getting involved, people are pulling their weight, and it's just growing, and there's a feeling behind it. Whenever we're all just sitting in a house, there's a feeling, and it's all we're speaking about. We're no speaking. It could be like the other day after the gig, right? We were like, nah, no birds coming back to the house, nothing, just the boys, because we just had that feeling after the gig, right? So, boom, went back to the house. Everyone's just chatting, and the whole chat for hours and hours, even though everyone's wasted, everyone's talking about what they're going to do next. You had like Method to the Madness in there, who produces beats and that. He's sick, like he's amazing. He's one of the boys. Everyone's for similar type of cloth, but everyone's got dream and ambition, and that's all we spoke about. We either rapped, we listened to like some of his beats, or like other people jumped about. We're all doing our own rapping thing. Gary's doing his scheme poetry. Everyone's doing their thing, and it was like that's all we done for hours and hours, even though we were wasted. It was just that is what the hunger, the drive. The next day, everyone's speaking on the group chats. Everyone's excited about it. That's what it's about, man.
The grey area, obviously, no talk about it. What is it for people that don't know?
The grey area it's a TV serial drama. It's basically, it covers addiction. It talks about addiction. It talks about the struggles that come with addiction. It talks about other sort of stuff that happens in impoverished backgrounds. It's basically about. And it's no stereotyping anything, but it's got drug dealers in it, and it's got other drug dealers in it, and then it's got drug dealers in it above them, but then it's got like people that are suffering with drug addiction. It's got like therapy sessions. It's got people that come back after traumatic losses. It's just real life issues, real life struggle issues, and stuff that people go through all the time. And it shows, and I think it sort of, for me, exemplifies the lack of help there is out there, and just like the reason that people are going back to crime, the reason that people get off drugs and then go back on them 2 weeks later.
A lot of people are scared to talk about the subjects that are talked about in it.
But that's the problem though, like if you didn't speak about it, then no one's going to want to fix it. No one's going to know enough about it to want to fix it. The reason that they come out of countries and stop wars and stuff like that is because people know about it, you know what I mean? The reason that any bad thing happens or stops happening is because people get made aware of it. It was like, we were talking earlier about race and stuff like that in America. There was still a massive divide only 40 years ago, 30 years ago, and even still there's racism, well, so I hear, but it's like people were made more aware of it. People were made to feel like it was more of an injustice, and the more that you do that, the more that you speak about it, and the more people that are speaking about it, then the more likely it is to change, because the government definitely have the ways and means to help drug addiction more than they are. They definitely have the ways and means to help children that are living in impoverished areas, or with mums that have mental health issues and stuff like that. There's definitely ways to tackle that. They just don't care enough about it, because they don't need to right now. Until they have to tick that box, until there's pressure on them to tick that box, they won't do it. So I think it's just about speaking about it.
Yeah. And what about the character you play? Because obviously you've got like the main role in the grey area. So what about your character?
My character's conflicting, man. He's different. Gary wrote a lot of it as well. Gary Fraser wrote a lot of it, and the characters, man, my character in particular, I relate to him a lot sometimes, and sometimes I don't relate to him. Sometimes, but now I do. I fully feel like I understand him now. I feel like I've had to. I feel like when I've read the scripts and I've been like, why would he be like this? And I think, oh, that's why. You know what I mean? So it's opened my eyes a lot. Do you study it
quite a lot then?
I did at the time in that, just to sort of really fully understand who my character was, but. Mikey, man, he's complex, and he's going through so many different things, and there's so many different emotions, and there's so many different traumatic things that are happening to him. And again, he's like he's a refugee, right? So, but he's been here for a long time, and he's got dramas. He's got his girlfriend. He's got his girlfriend's parents he has to deal with. He's got the own dramas that he doesn't, that he's not sure about with his parents, and just a lot of stuff happening with other drug. He's caught up in the game as well. He's caught up in the mix, man. And it's like he's trying to see a different life. He's trying to see a different way. But it's like whether he does or not. Whether he does or not. And he's got his music.
To find out.
Stay tuned. And he's got his music as well. He's got his music, and that's like. I think I'm allowed to say this. Like, music is like an outlet for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's whether, like, because I know a lot of good musicians, artists, I know people that are good at stuff, but they don't know, they've got that much chaos going on in their life, it's hard to really channel it and focus on what you're amazing at, what you're good at.
Yeah.
So some people do it, like you'll see some rappers, like, they'll go away for years, or they'll go away for months and months or years, and they'll just, they'll not be around because they can't really sit down and focus on what they love to do, because they're so wrapped up in all the chaos and madness happening in their life. And it's whether Mikey can really channel that and really make something with what he's got as well. And I think that's important, and I can't wait to see what happens to that either.
And where's it coming out? Like, where can people watch it?
I think I'm not allowed to say that yet.
Okay.
I think I'm not allowed to say that yet, but
just stay tuned on Facebook.
Just stay tuned, and you'll see it. And I always believe that people will see, like, even when it comes to my music, I always believe that people will see it if they need to see it. If people are meant to see it, and I truly believe that. And with the grey area, I believe that most people will see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think most people need to see it. That's what it is. I think most people need to see it.
Yeah.
So.
So what about is it poets v rappers or rappers v poets?
Oh, the thing for BBC Social.
BBC Social, the Edinburgh Festival. You managed to get on BBC Radio 1 Extra.
Yeah, that was good, man.
How the hell did that feel?
Well, that was amazing. I always seen it happen. Like, I always thought it would happen, but I didn't think it would happen off that particular thing.
Yeah.
That was just like, and again, that was another wee song for the grey area that I was doing. And I didn't think it would happen. It happened. And it was brilliant, and I got a good response. And I never had one English person saying, I can't understand him. I can't understand him, because I like to enunciate anyway. It's always been a big thing for me. I need to be understood by people. Never mind just in music. I just need to, I need to get my point across. And sometimes that can come across aggressive. I like to see it as passionate, personally.
Yeah.
But I know it can come across as aggressive, whatever. But it's just a thing that's in me. So I can't be one of these Scottish rappers that are like, blah, 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 and then no one knows what they're saying, right?
There's a few of them like that even me, I can't understand what they're saying.
Right.
Honestly.
No, and I can get that, and then sometimes you really need to sit and listen, and then. But I think if you want a wider audience, if you've really got something to say and that you're saying it for a reason, then you want as many people to hear it as possible. I'm lucky that I'm not got too much of a twang anyway, just because I've been about. I stayed in England for 3 years. I've stayed all over, so I've kind of not got too much of a sort of.
Your accent's here whenever we're
Aye, pretty much, and. Aye, so basically I'm sort of lucky that way, and and like I said, that was one of the main things for me, that they would understand it, and not only that the message translates, because I know some things I speak about are very specific to Scotland, and it should only be that way, it should be that way, but...
Yeah. A wee technical issue, but we're back.
Mac Media, we're on the rise.
Anyway, what were we saying?
Basically, so I was speaking about the message, right? So there's like I say, there's a message that I speak about that's specific to Scotland, and I think that's important because people need to hear that as well, because it's a kind of new thing. It's a new thing, especially when you get like young team in that, like they're not really interested in Scottish rappers or the ones that have been kicking about because they didn't relate to them.
Yeah.
No young team that I know anyway, so they didn't really relate to them. So
I think like the young team, like see, growing up, I was like DJ Bad Boy and all the MCs and all that.
Aye, people still love their MCs, man. Oxy B lets people know about the MC stuff, man. He's doing his thing with that. He's good with that as well, man. He's sick.
Yeah.
But sick.
You're sitting on like 67,000 views on Facebook now. With
on
that,
the BBC One Extra one. That's right, aye. And that's what I was just happy with about because the chorus goes, pits of society call it the grey area, too many struggling, not too many care for you, so we always hustle and police are always caging us, government don't help, they just label us because they're scared of us. I could relate to anyone, not even just in Scotland, Britain. I could relate to any scheme in England. I could relate to like the pits of society, the grey area. That's what's amazing about the grey area as well. It's Scottish people, it's filmed in Scotland, it's Scottish actors, but it can relate to so many different people in different schemes, and even across the pond. I can relate to people. Like people really do feel like that, and the government do label us, and they do cage us, and they do this and that, and it is what it is. So that's basically what it's about. It's like I always look at things from a bigger perspective as well.
Yeah.
I think it helps me, and it helps my brain. It helps me be less judgmental. It helps me be more relatable because I'm already a nippy guy, and sometimes I shoot off at the move too quick. It's maybe a rapper thing or whatever, I didn't know, but I shoot off at the move too quick, and sometimes I'll see something I think's no right or an injustice, and I will bang, and then I'll bark, and then maybe I'll sit back and go, you know what, maybe I should have just held my mouth out a wee bit, because I got a bit carried away, and maybe I never fully understood it. So the fact that I try and look at things from a wider perspective helps me do that less. And it helps me do that less and try and be more understanding, because if I wasn't like that, I'd probably be even worse. But it's all good, man.
And what about the government? You've mentioned them a few times. What do you think of the government? Because
I just hate the whole system. I hate the way it's designed. I hate the way that there's people upon people, even people that are living, like working good jobs and got good money, are still trapped in a system where they have to work so much of their life away to build other people's lives up, and then they have to, they'll look forward to the wee holidays and that, and they'll just be in autopilot mode for weeks. I didn't feel like that's right. Me as a creative person, I think that everyone should have pretty much the freedom to do stuff. We should all have responsibilities, but everyone should have more freedom than they're expected to have right now. People are working 8-hour days, 9-hour days, 10-hour days, and they're doing that 5 days a week. Some people are doing that 6 days a week, and that's no life. That's no life to me.
And they're still going to food banks at the end of the day.
It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right, and there's still food banks, but there's billions and billions to go to war with people, and there's loads of money to spend on new pavements so they look extra clean for the tourists. But those new pavements are just got to be sat on by beggars because they've no helped them out, and home people that have still got drug habits because they've no spent money on that. So as soon as that pavement's all nice and clean, another beggar's just going to come and sit right down and wait for the tourists to walk past and hope they get some money off them. And they should be really solving some real issues, and the certain things that they're doing, making things look all prissy and stuff in the town, even in Edinburgh, making stuff look all prissy, make it look all nice, squeaky clean for the tourists coming. As soon as the tourists go, what happens? Roadworks everywhere, it's a mess, and then it's back. So it just shows you it's all because they make money off tourists, you know what I'm saying? It's just
everything's about money with the government, like
money is about ticking boxes. It's about control. It's about control. They need to control certain elements of society, and that's just a fact. And they don't really. There's no real care when they even do stuff and put money into things. It's so they can tick a box and say, look, we're doing this, we're helping with this. That is just so they can tick a box. It's 100% just so they can tick a box. They're not doing that out of the goodness of their hearts or because they really feel passionate about it. They're doing it because they feel like they have to. That's their job.
That'll look good on the camera for them.
And the whole system's designed like that, though. They're designed to do that. They need to tick these wee boxes, and that way, if they tick these wee boxes, then this might happen in government, or it'll be better for government in this way. So it's designed like that. It's designed to make these politicians and stuff think like that as well. So it's like, what's the point? I just hate the system. I hate the system, and they've dragged me down enough times. They've dragged people around me down enough times, and I've just got very little time for the system that's in place at the moment. And aye, is what it is.
And what's next musical for you? Have you got to put out an EP or a mixtape or anything? I think it's about time.
People's attention spans are short these days, man. I'm like.
Well, it better not be after watching this for like an hour or something.
Well, I want to put out a full project. I do want to do that, but it's not like it's not at the forefront of my mind, and I have got projects and projects worthy music that I can pick out, but I'm very specific with what I pick out and what times I put it out. So I know that if something was to go viral tomorrow, if something was to go crazy, I'd be ready. Like I'm ready. Like I've got all the music that I need. But I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. I've got the grey area coming out and stuff like that, and I'm going to put out wee bits and bobs. Winter time's my time, so now but winter time is coming, right? So I've got music to come, man, and I've got music that hopefully, because people get depressed, man. People definitely get more depressed in the winter time. It's a fact. What do they call it? SAD, seasonal affective disorder, or something like that. So that's people get like that, and that's my time of year where I always feel like addicted to me of emotions. That's what contrast of feelings.
All right. Okay.
So I always feel like I'm up and down all through the year. I'm not one of those people, man. I can feel down, but then at the same time I try and let it motivate me. But especially in winter time, there's just something special about that time of year for me. I just the darkness, everything. Yeah. I'm very close to those kind of emotions that it brings out in me as well. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like closed up in the house. A lot of people get depressed around this time of year. So it's like, for me, it's just the best time to put music, man. For me, the best time to put music, the best time to write music.
Because a lot of people are sitting in the house today, so a lot of people have more time to watch everything. So
I always feel like, do you not feel like the songs that come out at Christmas time, not particularly the Christmas songs, but see the songs, the actual chart songs. Do you never feel like they're like better? Just better. I always feel like the best music comes out at that time of year. I feel like everything better happens at this time of year. I always just feel I just have a certain closeness to this time of year. I don't know what it is. It's weird, but it's weird. But so for me, this is just going to be where it's going to all begin. The grey area is hopefully going to come soon. I've got so many musics. So many musics. So many
You're like me. I do that all the time.
It's the music, man.
Is there anybody you would like to work with, either in Scotland? Well, we'll start off with Scotland, then we'll go down to England.
I think anyone in Scotland that I would like to work with, I'm already working with. At the moment, that's not to say in future.
Right.
So we've got like Podgy, that'll hopefully come soon. Chris Wood, we've got like an EP songs if you want to. Easy. Jojo, TC Clan, that's my boys. That's my clan, my woes. Right, but so TC Clan, I've got like, and you know what? There is other artists, like, I spoke to Shogun on the phone for like a wee bit. It was like an hour and a half or something. We were just speaking, but about life. We weren't even speaking about music that much. Me and him had a bit of like a misunderstanding because again, me writing stuff on Facebook or
right. So let's get into this with Shogun then.
No,
I didn't know about this. So
no, really.
Let's dive into that.
Right, so I just put something on Facebook about me being put off by one of his lyrics or something. Like just because he said something. It was basically for me. He actually explained it, and it wasn't even what I thought. So there you go. Me jumping the gun. Me jumping the gun. I'm like that, man. It's just I just date it sometimes. But it basically sounded to me like he was basically questioning people, why would people believe in God, and basically I felt like he was calling people idiots that believe in God, right? But he said that wasn't the case, and fair enough. And it was like, I was speaking to him just about in general, like, and I was speaking no mutual fearful in that. And when he comes through, let's meet up in that. Like, it's all good, let's do this. But
what about England? Anybody in England that you'd like to work with?
I like K-Coke, Mike Righteous.
Shit hot, honestly, K-Coke.
K-Coke's sick, yeah. He's nice. He's dynamite. And you know what? There's so many artists. I like Big Nasty. But in terms of like the hip hop, the proper rap and stuff like that, I like. So Mike Righteous, he jumps in between both of them. But I like Mike and Nines. Nines is nice. Especially his latest Fire in the Booth, because he's really going into some deeper stuff as well. I like when Nines does that kind of stuff.
Because I think that's, people in Scotland just think everybody that raps is Scottish grime, but you're a rapper. You're like,
I'm a rapper, a hip hop.
Yeah.
But I like, and who I really love, Mist and Mo Stack right now are doing that thing as well. Like amazing. Mist especially. Like I love Mist, just all freestyles and stuff like that. Like Mist is the immense to me, and there's a guy Fox as well. He's from Birmingham.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm sure he's from Birmingham. Is he Manchester or Birmingham? I'm not sure, right? But he does. Like I was doing a beat. I done a rap to the video not beat because I was meant to be doing an SBTV freestyle. was maybe doing a thing for SD, so I wrote that. I've still got that sitting there, but I don't think I'll use it now because Fox killed it.
Right.
But like in terms of looking at these English artists, because I always look at them. Like when I done one for 1250 a wee while ago, and there was a guy that got like 100,000 views and that. What's his name again? But I heard the beat, and I was like, mine is better than that. What was the boy's name again?
What was actually on?
English rapper, aye.
He was on 1250?
Aye, no, it might have been JDZ Media. No, JDZ Media, no, it wasn't on 1250, he's an English rapper. I didn't know, it got like 100,000 views, and I thought, I'm better than that. Like, my bars for this are better than that, so anyway, I put it out in that. But then when I seen Foxy's, I was like, you know what, I don't know. And I seen RM do Ready or Not, he's from Birmingham as well. I seen him do that, and I got a lot of views as well, actually. I think I got like 800,000 views or something, but that was like, that was nice as well, but I thought I can do that. Like I've got bars like that, like without a doubt. Like RM's sick. I love RM, but I was like I can do that. So it's just once we transition over to the channels, there's no doubt in my mind. I already know of certain things that are happening next year that I can't speak about it now. But there's things happening next year that's just going to take Scotland to another level again. So
kill the game,
like I've no doubt in my mind that it's going where it's going. So I'm in no rush, and I'm keeping like my best raps and my best freestyles. I'm keeping them, and when you see them, you'll see them. But and I've got and I'm just gonna keep writing more. It's just continuous, man. It's just I write all the time. I write every day, even if it's just 4 bars or something. I'll write something every day. I keep my stuff sharp, and it's just gonna be.
Progression, isn't it?
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And this channel is going to be huge. 1250 is going to be huge. Wavy will do their thing, and everyone will do their thing.
It's nice to see everybody coming together. Like I think Scotland's too small for like, if you want to call it beef.
I like it, but there's men. It's men doing like mostly men. I wish there was more women actually. Honey Farmer doing their thing now coming up, but like there's like. There's too many men. There's too many men, and when there's too many men all doing the one thing, it's like any sport, anything, man. They're going to clash. They're going to come because everyone has differences, opinions, and me personally, I'm like, and there's loads of people like that. We're Scottish. We're human beings. We're men. There's testosterone. People are going to fall out. People are going to get on. I just keep doing my thing, and whoever I fall out with.
So be it. So be it.
Exactly.
So what about the SAMAs? Scottish Alternative Music Awards.
I didn't think the hip hop awards are nonsense, to be honest. Nonsense. I didn't know. Right, so I found out that we picked them based on like sort of projects and stuff like that. But I mean, Kid Robotic seems like a really nice guy, by the way, because I jumped the gun on that one as well. But Kid Robotic seems like a really nice guy, and it seems like a decent guy. But for me, he shouldn't be winning a Scottish Hip Hop Award. Like, and that's my opinion. That's my opinion. He shouldn't be winning a Scottish Hip Hop Award. So when they all got nominated, I was like, right, wait a minute, fair enough. I've not put out a project to that, so I'm not nominated. Yeah. But what about other people that are way better than some?
Who would you like to have seen on the nominations?
I'd like to see Audacity on the nominations. I'd like to see Audacity.
Big Greg. Greg, man.
Audacity. Because you know what? He's put in the work for ages. He has got a wee core fan base, and he speaks about some real stuff. See, to be fair, though, regardless of what anyone says or what anyone thinks anyone thinks they know about what I think about Shogun, which, by the way, is like, I rate him. I definitely do rate him. I had that little gripe on Facebook, and it's stuck in people's minds, so they always ask me about it. But, like I said, sorry to like men, he phoned me and stuff like that, and that was it. So it was like he should have won that hands down. He has like his flow and whatever he brought to the camera that day, and plus Zesh doing what he done behind the camera at 1250 TV and put everyone in the background. The way they made that happen, the way they made that look, that was amazing. Yeah, you know what I mean? That was like they made that happen. And he was the rapper in that. He was a big part of that, and he's took Scottish rap and brought more attention to it than anyone.
No one can deny that. Like,
he needs that award. Like, that was his award. That should have been his award. He put up a project. I listened to it. I've only heard a few of the songs, but when I went to go listen to that Kid Robotic just to make sure I wasn't jumping the gun, I was like, nah, like, he does not deserve that over Shogun at all. Like, not in a million years. Doesn't make sense. Whoever picks the awards, or I don't know if people are voting for it or whatever. But even whoever picked the nominations, man, they just need to relax. They just need to chill, and they just need to learn a bit more about hip hop. If Scottish really want Scottish awards really want to take hip hop seriously, then take it seriously. If these awards want to take it seriously, then look into it properly, take it seriously. I reckon that there's a chance just because he denounced it, they would have done something with his chances, man. Just because he basically said he's not too bothered about awards. I don't know if you've seen that, he came out and done the whole Eminem thing when I was at school. It was like, fuck your awards.
Yeah, it's on his Facebook. I was like, oh my god.
Nah, but I like that though because it's like he's just doing his thing and he stands for something. That's what I like about Shogun. That's what I can never take away from him. Like he's, even if it's just for his values or his views as a man, he's standing for it and he's putting it out there. And he's got a lot of people looking at him and he's just saying what the fuck he wants to say anyway. I can't, even if I didn't agree with some of what he says or do agree with some of what he doesn't say, he's standing for something, and that's a fucking man first and foremost, and I love that shit, especially because he's an artist as well, so I respect that. And Kid Robotic, like I say, he seems like a really nice guy, but that was mental, so Sam was whatever. Whatever, right now until they fix their shit, whatever.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like?
Me in 5 years, like, I don't know, you know, because life is crazy, but I do know. All I know is whatever I'm doing now and whatever I love to do, whatever I'm passionate about, I'm going to have progressed.
Yeah.
Majorly. Whatever it is I'm doing. And it's like, I don't know, I could say would I see myself like materialistically, or I could say like would I see myself in 5 years when it comes to music, when it comes to acting. I never 100% know what opportunities I'm going to get. All I know is that if I keep grinding and doing what I'm good at, that it's going to go better and better and better and better. That's all I know. And that's all I can really say on that.
Have you got a girlfriend at the moment? We can use this as like a Tinder platform.
No.
Right, do a wee thing. Number below, phone him.
Nah, no girlfriend at the moment.
Have you got time for one?
You know what? I'm not. Sometimes well, I say that I can be busy, and I had problems with my ex. Well, no, my recent ex, but I've had problems in the past and stuff like that. But I've always been just diving about doing my thing. But I think that's more just a me thing. If you like, it's more just a me thing because I just like to be in my own zone sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to be with anyone. Like I could literally be going somewhere and my pal would be like, watching, I'm like, nah, man. You know? Nah, because sometimes I'm like, I want to just be in my own mind and be in my own zone. I don't want to see anyone. I just want to just do my own thing. So it's like, but in terms of like relationships and stuff like that, nah, I'm single at the moment. I'm single.
Thank you very much, man. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure. Honestly, you've got to go far. I
appreciate it. This is going to go far. You want to Mac Media, I told you before, on the rise.
Nah, seriously, thank you very much.
No, perfect.